I was 2 days years old, 44, when I found out that you can be literally addicted to love, like you are addicted to any kind of substances. So basically, I have experiences in the subject because I know how it feels when you have that void and when you have that need for attention from the other person. It's kind of like some shot that you get from them, and only them and no one else can fulfill that void. It's very toxic and it's very painful. And if you are giving your happiness in hands of other person, no matter how they seem to be trustworthy, it's a high risk. It was always, and these days is especially. So the greatest gift you can give to yourself is to know how to self-regulate, how to self-soothe, how to be the only person who is giving you true love. And it all comes down to healing your inner child. I did that, and it was very emotional because I found out that I have many abandonment issues, betrayal issues, and unworthiness and guilt and shame. And when I was most vulnerable, when I was a kid, instead of feeling secure, safe and protected, I was fed up with uncertainty and fear, and that caused all of my codependency later. So I'm speaking you from my personal experience. Never, never, never give your happiness in hands of other people. Always be reserved. Allow them to come close as you want them to be close. And if turns out that they don't deserve to be in your field, in your energy field, cut the ties and cords immediately. Never wait and give more chances. I was doing that also. It was like, especially with those people that are my history, meaning I know them for 2 decades and more. I was the most sensitive to them, and I gave them many, many, many forgiving situations and forgiveness, and I now know that they didn't deserve it, because you shouldn't either be attached to your history people, but those who are evolving as you are. And trust me, if you give them one chance, they'll use it, then second, third, and it's like a law. I remember when I finally cut cords with some of those people who are my history, instead of me being mad, they found themselves offended, and they were like, "You changed, really?" Of course I changed, bitch. You can't go above my boundaries anymore. So it turned out that they are victims. So never feel low or guilt, never feel guilt for putting yourself first. I was in that problem for a long time because no one told me when I was younger that I can't give others if I'm not full. And that's the reason why I had so many health issues, and that's the reason for my disease and for my 2 near-death experiences. I mean, you can go back and see my previous videos when it was more than obvious how sick I was, and those videos were my escape from reality in which I was back then. I had to do something so that I don't lose my mind. Why I got sick? Because when you are in that primal state and you are not putting yourself first, you are producing toxins, and you are literally intoxicating yourself from the inside, and that's how you get sick. But when you are in a state of power, you are self-regulating and you are healing yourself. Never, never, never hold on to anger, because I was in a that loop where I was forgiving too much. Then I would be angry at myself, and my anger never touched those people. I was only producing toxins in my body. So let go of anger, forgive them, move on, and simply when you wake up and have some decision, new decision that's beneficial for you, act as a completely new person. One of the most favorite things that I read recently is when people say that you are under no obligation to be the same person you were 5 minutes ago, and that's the universal truth. Why? Who says that you should be the same as you were 5 minutes ago? No, you don't. Beliefs are decisions, basically. So in order to change some belief, for example, I'm unworthy, simply made decision, I'm worthy, and act like you are worthy. One of the guys I follow here who shared his story about how he started his channel, he simply said that I made a decision and I started making videos every day, and that's it. No waiting, simply make decision and act on it. If you are waiting to be ready, you will never be ready. And you owe to yourself to put yourself first and not to feel bad about it. Because our outer world is reflection and mirror of our inner state of being. So if you think that you are not worthy of good life, you will not have good life. If you think that you are not worthy of love, you will not have love. If you think that you're not worthy of success, you will not have success. Whatever it is that you believe in, that will be your reality. I remember before I always wondered why some people have seemingly easy lives. I never compared myself with lives of other people, but simply by observing, I noticed that some are basically those who don't care have the best lives, and those who are too attached and have too many expectations, they're messing up the most. So, like one of those stories that I heard, how a woman was on all dating apps and had many dates, and literally her finger was rough of scrolling and of searching for the soulmate, and eventually truth, and eventually she gave up and said, you know what, screw it, I'm giving up and I don't have to find a man, never. Guess what, in the next week or so she find literally the man of her dreams, and they are now together. So set the intention and forget, let go and let God. Because do you really think that the infinite intelligence that made you, that made me, that made all the life that exists makes change? No, it doesn't. So even if you are, no change makes mistakes. So even if you are now in some challenging situation, know that it's beneficial for you. You will either at the end of that situation win, or you will learn. You can never lose as long as you are breathing. As one of people I know says, as long as you're waking up in the morning, God is not still yet done with you. So the power that created you and me and everything that exists never make mistakes. Ask for guidance. Speak more often with the power that made you and gave you life. Seek the kingdom of heaven inside, and all things will be given to you. Meaning, if you don't rearrange and make the inner world be your bliss and your safe space, nothing from the outer world will fulfill that void that we were speaking from the beginning. So put yourself first, be unapologetically you, never act and buy into this BS stories that you should be like everyone else. No, your authenticity is your currency, and those who don't accept you completely as you are, open the door for them and let them go.